that is also known as a primary labor account. We'll assign that in the people later. We'll discuss about that. But when employee perform any transfer, say for these 3 hours, let me do a transfer. So if I'm transferring these 3 hours, yeah, I selected some account. So when I save it, so those 3 hours we could see in a separate as a transferred one. So if we observe here, so those 3 regular hours are transferred or under a different account. So his employee's default or home account is 402 by 525, but whereas here it has been transferred to some 512 job. And when managers or employees, when they want to approve the time cards, so they'll do using this approve drop down to approve time card. So as we are logged in as super user, we are also seeing options to remove the approvals as well. But yeah, for employees or managers, for managers, some organizations will give option to remove the approvals as well. Yeah, but for employees, they'll have only option to approve the time card. Similarly, when the time cards are approved, so it will denote or highlight us that there is an approval for this period. So to show us that time card will turn into different color. Yeah, so when there is only employee approval, then time card will show us for that period in orange color. When there is only manager approval, then it will show in this yellow color. When time card has both employee as well as manager approvals, then it will show in green color. And when it is signed off, yeah, it will turn into gray where we'll not be able to edit the time card. So let me approve as we logged in as super user again. So super user approval is taken as the manager approval and I'm trying to sign off. So when the time cards are signed off, as we could see, since everything turns into gray and we'll not be able to edit any of the data here. Okay, and we can perform sign off only in previous pay period, which is the best practice. If I try to perform sign off in current pay period, then it will pop up an error message saying that it can only be performed in previous pay period. Okay, so that's the standard or best practice. But if we still sign off current pay period, yeah, we can do that. We can change system settings of the application and we can make or allow sign off in the current pay period also. But yeah, that's not the recommended or the best practice. Okay.
Vardhan?
Yeah.
The layout that we are seeing here on the screen, next to the pay code, the amount field.
Yeah.
But ideally, we are entering the hours here, the vacation or whatever absence that the employee is going on. So
yeah.
Can the layout be changed to either amount or hours, the header? Because that will be a confusing.
Yeah, we can configure like this column to other place. Yes. Yeah, those can be configured.
The header column.
I'm talking about the header column.
This one I understood. Yeah. This amount, right? Instead of amount, you want to see it as hours.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we can customize all these things.
Okay.
And if you want multiple in and out in the same row, so in that case, we can also add like in out here and then transfer, and after that in and out. Yeah, like that also we can do it.
Vardhan, you said sign off. I mean, what's the concept? Is it that once I enter, then later on, if I ought to exit the timesheet, then I'll just put it as sign off. So that means it will be stored.
Yeah, usually we'll do sign off once in a pay period. Suppose for this week, so when we are starting next Monday, okay. So by that time the entire previous week's data will be done, right? So where employee would have already worked and he logged his hours, right? So in that case, yeah, we can review the time cards for the previous pay period. So let's say here,
okay, got it. So it's something like completely submitting the timesheet that I am done with the complete input of the times for that particular period. Yeah. Okay. And save is just more of just saving that sheet. That's okay.
Saving those changes.
So I was just looking that if there is any option of submit button where it goes to manager for approval or something. So it's more of a sign off. That means I'm done. By default, it goes for approval, correct?
Yeah. Because means managers will directly access their time cards and they'll perform their approvals on that.
Good. Thanks.
And as I mentioned earlier, that this remote sign off and all will not be given access for managers or other users. Where if they want to remove the sign off, then they'll be connecting with respective system admins or local admins, and they'll perform the if they want to make changes, and if payroll is not processed yet, and then they'll remove the sign off and make the quick changes to the time card, and then they'll again upload sign off the time cards.
Can the sign off be done without the employee approving the time card? I mean, now you are the super user, so that you are able to sign off. But in general, can the manager or the payroll manager can sign off without the employees approving the time card?
Yes, yes. There is no restriction that employee or manager approval should be done only after employee approval, or sign off should be done only after manager approval, like that. So yeah, there is no it will not restrict like that. Yeah, we can go ahead and sign off if everything is good. So usually they'll have everyone will have deadlines. Let's say by end of Monday or by 4 p.m. on Monday. So all the time cards should be reviewed and approved and signed off. So if payroll manager before processing the payroll, let's say on Thursday or on Tuesday afternoon, so they'll check, okay, everything is okay. And if they still see some of the time cards which are not signed off, then they'll directly sign off those time cards and run the interfaces to extract the data. Okay. There is no restriction as such, but that's the practice that everyone will follow. So that, which means if you are approving the time card, means we are aware like how many hours are there, and we are clear with what pay or how many hours that employees will be paid for that periods.
Can we make any restriction? I mean, do we have any setting to make the employee approval mandatory or manager approval mandatory before signing off?
We have something called sign-off restrictions, where suppose if there is any missed punch in the time card, then we can say that the sign-off should not be done, or sign-off should fail for those employees when there are missed punches or unexcused absences, those kind of exceptions. So that way, yeah, managers will definitely go there and fix those missed punches before performing the sign-offs.
Okay.
Usually, Arun, this is more of a punch in, punch out. So usually employees would not have access to edit this this one. I think more of what we are seeing is more of a manager access, where to see what has the employee punched in. Because if they're given access, I think only those exceptions like vacation, absences, that I think they'll have access. Is that correct, Vardhan, my understanding?
Yeah, correct. Employees usually will not be given access to even edit the time cards. They can only log punch in, punch out, or request time offs. And very few organizations where they can go and edit their time cards. Yeah, but again, it depends on employee role and which access that organization want to give for different users, different types of employees.
Maybe sales people, they might have access to input there because they don't have punching field service or managers or sales people would have access for editing. Okay.
Yeah, I think we are good to stop here. Yeah, we can continue tomorrow.